Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Little Craft Room podcast. My name's Nicola. I'm a Little Craft Room on Instagram, TikTok, Ravelry, YouTube, Twitch, Lovecrafts. I lose track. I'm a Little Craft Room pretty much everywhere. I also have a Patreon, so if anybody fancies subscribing to my Patreon, I have a link down below. I'm hoping to make this podcast like a bit more of a going to improve it basically, so any Patreon interestees would be very greatly appreciated. So yes, hello. For any YouTube watchers, this is originally streamed on Twitch, so I may be responding to things in the comments that you can't see. Just the way it is. So I'm going to start off with what I'm wearing today, which I'll be honest, it's a little warm for, but I wear this cardigan a lot. I really love it. So this, I'm going to stand up and show you, is the Be Thankful cardigan by Lily Kate Makes. I really love this. I made this towards the end of last year and I've gotten so much wear out of it. It's made, there we go, I'll show you the back. There we go. It's made using Rowan hemp tweed, which sometimes some places say that it's discontinued. I'm not sure whether it is or not. I seem to be getting kind of mixed results from different places. But this was the recommended yarn for this pattern. I think this colour was just called teal, I think. And anybody that knows me on Instagram knows that I'm a little bit obsessed with my teal. It's my favourite colour. I make far too many things in teal. So when Lily Kate Makes posted this one in this exact colour, it was like, yes, absolutely, I have to. I can't not. I really need to shake up my colour palette a little bit. But yeah, so I think that's what the colour was called. I think it was just teal. It was quite an interesting one as well, because this is 75% wool and 25% true hemp, which I was very intrigued by. A lot of the reviews said that it was very warm, but it started off a little bit scratchy. It definitely did. I was very much in agreement on that one. But as I've worn it, it's definitely one that softens with wear. So this was a very rustic feeling kind of yarn, especially as it worked up into a fabric. But it's just, it's so soft now. It took ages to block as well. I remember I finished it in winter, and I remember blocking this and I just cleared the coffee table and had it in front of the fire, and it took ages to dry. So the winter blocking troubles. But yeah, I've loved this from the second I finished it. And I'm very tempted to make another one, I will be honest. If I were to make another one, I mentioned last week, Lily Kate Makes, a lot of her patterns are like a slightly cropped fit, which all look gorgeous on her, but kind of look a bit funny on me. I don't think I'm a cropped fit person, so I think, as usual, I would probably make it a little longer. It's not hugely short, and I don't think I'd make it much longer. I think it really would be a teeny tiny amount, but I'm very prone to kind of just pulling it down a little bit, so I think I would just make it so that it sits like that naturally, rather than because I keep pulling it down. The only other bit I'm not happy with, and this is my issue, this is a tension issue, is those kind of baggy cuffs, which is not the worst thing in the world. I tend to roll them up quite a lot anyway when I'm wearing this, so I suppose it's natural that it's going to happen. I mean, I'm very tempted to put some elastic in there, I'll be honest, because that really would kind of cinch it in, but it would still have the give that would allow me to keep rolling them up. But it's not the end of the world. It just makes for a really cozy, kind of snuggly cardigan. It was the first time I'd ever knitted buttonholes as well, so that was an interesting little one. In fact, I'll see if I can show you the buttons. These are the hemline buttons. Let's see how well. Oh yeah, you can see little anchor. Just trying to get it so that the reflection doesn't ruin it. Yeah, there we go, little anchor buttons. which I'd actually had, I think I'd had them a good 2 years before I started on this cardigan. I saw them, and I love nautical themed stuff. My background is I did a marine biology degree. I'm a science teacher. So any nautical mariney stuff, yeah, just absolutely adore it. Just grab it straight away. So I'd had these buttons for ages. I think I have some more of these, but like a bigger one. These are 21mm buttons. And the second I decided to cast on this cardigan, I just went, I have the buttons for this. I have the perfect buttons. I know exactly what I'm going to use. And yeah, it was just natural. There was nothing else I could have paired with this, especially with the blue. So yeah, so my little hemline anchor buttons and my Be Thankful cardigan. I love the kind of, the word escapes me. What's the word? I've completely forgotten the word. The kind of, the bit where the white showing through. There is a word for it, and my brain is shut off. I'm very tired. It's been a very long weekend. But yeah, I love it when you have a colour and there's like a little bit of kind of white, like threaded through. My boyfriend refers to it as the TV static look, which, I mean, yeah, that kind of fits. But yeah, I really like the way that this works up as a fabric, and I quite like the fact that the sleeves are nice and big as well. They're not excessively big, they're not kind of in the way big, but they're just comfy big. So if I remember rightly, this was a bottom up construction as well, which I haven't done before. A lot of the garments I've made have been top down, so this was a bit of a new one to do a bottom up, because I had to try and, with top down you can kind of put it on and then gauge a length, but with bottom up you kind of have to figure out where your armhole is going to end before you've started making it, and then kind of fit it from there. So it was a little interesting, which I think might be why I didn't just make it longer. With other jumpers, if I've gotten to the end of the pattern and then gone, nah, too short, it's easier just to carry on. But obviously with bottom up constructions, you've got to decide before you reach the top that you want it longer. But it's not so short that it's going to stop me wearing it. Like I said, I wear this so much, and yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. It has started to pill a little bit, not excessively. It's not. I've seen worse, but yeah, it does need depilling a little bit, especially like under the arms where there's kind of a lot of friction like against the body of the cardigan. But I mean, it's to be expected with any wool cardigan. Looks cozy. It is so cozy. Like I said, it's actually almost a little too cozy. I was away at the weekend in Edinburgh, and it was perfect for Edinburgh. But now that I'm back in the southwest, just a couple of degrees warmer. So it's a little on the warm side. But I'm going to keep it on for the duration of the podcast. That's my commitment, is keeping this on. So I think that's all I wanted to say on this one. Yeah, I think that's all the comments on this one. And normally at this point, I would go into my whips and the progress I've made on my whips. This is going to be a really short section. The answer is none. Like I said, I've actually been away for the weekend in Edinburgh, which was lovely. I had such a good weekend. But we flew up. So my fellow crafters will know that the difficulty of can't you fly with knitting needles. And EasyJet says no, which was a little heartbreaking. We went up on Friday as well, and we only got back yesterday, so I had to go like 4 whole days. In fact, no, 5 whole days. No knitting, no crochet. I had to talk to people. No, I joke. It was a really lovely weekend. But I was grabbing for my projects when I got back. It's a long time since I've had to go that long and not had the choice. It's different if it's there and you're kind of choosing to do other things, but knowing that I couldn't do it was it was a tough one. So yeah, apology. I've not actually done all that much on my whips. I have done a little bit, and I mean a little bit. So I mentioned last week, let's get the portal blanket up. Oh, excuse me. I mentioned that this is the blanket I'm currently making for my boyfriend. He's been waiting 2 years for this blanket, and I'm 2 squares of the way through. This is square number 3. Oh, I've just thrown my hook. There we go. So I've made a teeny tiny bit of progress. I basically started this on last week's podcast. I'm now on row 9? Yeah, row 9 of 80. So, yeah, not very much has happened. But it is started, and that's the important part. I've also done a teeny tiny bit of work on one of the Christmas presents that I'm currently making, which you're not going to see until after Christmas. So, yeah, that's really all I've managed, and that was just a bit of Thursday in between packing, and then a bit of today as well. So I really haven't had the chance to do much. But Edinburgh was lovely. We went right at the end of the Fringe Festival. We didn't go for the Fringe, but we just kind of caught the tail end of it, so it was crazy busy. And I found a yarn shop to go in, and I just want us all to appreciate, I went into a yarn shop and I didn't buy anything. I think that's remarkable self-restraint on my part. I feel like credit where it's due, partly because I had no room in my bag, but I mean, part of the reason I went in was to kind of just have a feel for some of the stuff that was in there, and then kind of make a bit of a potentials list for any projects that I've kind of got in mind. Because, I mean, I mentioned last time, there's a big push in the crafting community for not buying for the sake of it. The whole point of kind of knitting and crochet is to slow down fashion a little bit, and if you're just buying loads and loads and loads of yarn with nothing in mind, kind of defeats the object. So yeah, I didn't buy anything, but I've got I took loads of pictures of yarn that I really liked. There was some stuff I really liked in there. So I'm going to be looking at those and ordering some if I decide to pick a project for them. So yeah, yarn shop, not bought anything. It was tough. It was tough. But yeah, it was a really lovely trip. It was just a shame because I know that some airlines are perfectly fine with you taking knitting needles or crochet hooks. And some are just a hard no, and then there are some that don't really specify. There was no way I was having those confiscated. No way. I wasn't risking it. I mean, I was x-rayed and patted down because I had tissues in my pockets. I can only imagine what would have happened if I tried to take knitting needles through. Yeah, I'm not having them rip the needles out of my project. I think I would cry. I would cry in the terminal, and no one wants to see that. So yeah, not much actual crafting done this week. A lot of looking done at particular projects and yarns. But despite not having done much on my projects, I do have a kind of a bigger project that I can talk about, and I'm quite intrigued to see where this one goes. I'm just going to close that. So sadly, around, I think it was 6 months ago now, just under 6 months ago, one of my friends, his mum passed away, and she was a crocheter, and he messaged me the other day to say that when they were clearing stuff, they'd found loads of unfinished projects, which that got me a little bit. That kind of hit. That I found that incredibly sad. I don't know what it is just about the idea of these unfinished projects that just, yeah, I don't know, it kind of hit something. And he said, would you mind seeing if you can finish them? And I felt honoured, actually, that I could kind of finish off what she'd started. It's a little bit emotional, actually. So he said, you know, there's some toys and things in there. I found a couple of patterns. He managed to kind of match some patterns up with some of the works in progress, and he said, yeah, would you mind seeing if you could finish them off, and I'll pay you in her yarn stash. So I mean, I was like, yeah, fine by me. So I have all the yarn that she had. Well, I think it was most of it. I don't think it was all of it because there was a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I've been paid in yarn, and asked to finish these projects. Now another self-restraint. I have had these bags for 4 hours and have resisted the urge to dig through them, because actually I thought that would be a really interesting little activity for this podcast. So I said there's a lot. There's like 3 bags here of stuff to go through. So it's like Christmas. I'm very excited. But yeah, I think I'm just really touched that I've got that kind of he wants me to finish them off. It kind of feels like a nice tribute. And then, you know, they get the finished projects. They get to kind of keep something that she they're her projects at the end of the day. They're hers. And then they'll get the finished item. So I'm kind of really pleased to be a part of that. And it'll also be really interesting because I've never worked on anything that someone else has started. I mean, I can't imagine it's massively different, but I'm a little intrigued to see what it's like. So I'm actually going to start unbagging this. I'm very excited. There's a lot of yarn here. I'm not likely to keep all of it for myself. I think I mentioned in the first podcast, I actually, because I am a teacher, I have a knitting and crochet club at school. And for anybody that knows the UK schooling system, it is laughably underfunded. So a lot of this might be going to my club, so that they get some yarn to play with. I might keep the best bits for myself, but I'm only human. So yeah, then the rest of it will be donated to my my knitting and crochet club. But yeah, so I'm gonna have a look now. So he did say he's managed to. Also, apologies for any bag crinkly sounds. Okay, that was actually quite nearly done. That one's really cute. Oh, that's so cute! Oh, look at that! Oh, it's a little donkey. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's adorable. I don't have any eyes like that, so I don't know if she already did. I've got toy eyes, but they're just the bog standard kind of black circles. Oh, that's adorable. The head is there. I'm assuming that's the head. Yeah, that looks like part of the head. I'm hoping that's enough to finish the head off, but we'll see. But yeah, she's actually nearly finished that. That's so sweet. Oh, I'm really looking forward to finishing that. That's going to be adorable. It has like flowers and a little top on as well, and a tail. I might have to dig through and see if she had anything in mind for those. There's like a little flower headband. Oh, there's a fur aspect as well. Now, I do have some fur yarn. I don't know if there's any in here. I made a fur yarn teddy about a year ago now, actually. Weirdly, for this person. He had a baby at the end of last year, and I made a teddy using fur yarn. Do I have any here? Yes, I do. It was made using this. This is Shepye's Furry Tales. I don't have a picture prepared for this teddy. I'll have to see if I can get one ready for next week. It was adorable, but what I will say was working with this yarn was oh boy, it was very interesting. I was basically blind. I had to go by feel. I had to try and feel the stitches because I wasn't seeing them because it was just fur everywhere. So it was very difficult to do. But it doesn't look like there's loads on this, so I reckon that wouldn't be too difficult if just like as a little, you can see just behind the headband. Let's show you. You see there just behind the headband, There's a little bit of fur. So that should be easy enough. And if there's none in there, then I do have what's left over from his teddy. That's so weird that was originally for him as well. It is the knitting person. Hello. I am currently going through the yarn donations and toys that my friend's mum didn't manage to finish before she sadly passed away. So I've been asked to finish off the toys that she didn't manage to, which is sad, but kind of nice that they'll still get finished. So that is adorable. I'm really looking forward to seeing that little donkey finished. Let's put that in the bag so that it all stays together. I'll have to see if I can get some of those eyes as well, because the safety eyes I don't have any that would look right. None of mine are big enough and it would look a little odd. It'd be so small. I'm going to be surrounded by projects in a second. This is oh, pattern. I don't want to mix up which patterns are with which projects. So we've got a little donkey. Oh, that's going to be so cute. I'm going to have to resist the urge to put everything else on hold and finish these. I might have to just dip in every so often and do one of these and then carry on with some of the other projects that I've got. Just resist with this. Now this looks very giraffe-like. This has got to be a giraffe, surely. With those colours. It would have to be, wouldn't it? Ooh. I think those are just the leftover colours. I wonder... I've got a feeling this is a pattern I've already made. I made a giraffe. It was an amigurumi style pattern, and I made one in, I think it was like around Easter 2020 for someone that was having a baby. And I wonder if it's the same pattern. This one's not come with a pattern. No, I can't see a pattern with this one. But... oh no, mine didn't have a tail. Okay. It might work. I might be able to combine the two. So I've got a decent amount of both colours. So I'm assuming it is a giraffe. Do giraffes have tails? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I had to think then. I'm a biologist. I should know that. Yeah. Okay. That is looking very giraffe-like. So if I don't find... oh, there's lots of patterns there. Okay. If I don't find a giraffe pattern, then I might have a look at the other one that I worked on a few years ago and see how well they would combine. Because, I mean, that to me screams giraffe. Those colours just... like, it has to be. It has to be. So I think if I don't find a pattern, then it's going to be a giraffe. And we will see what happens there. Oh, there's a little hair clip in that one as well. This is all like really, really chunky. I forget the name of this yarn, but it's like the kind of the really soft. Yeah, it's really good for toys. Honestly, I think part of me is just very glad that a lot of it's pre-stuffed already, because I do have some stuffing, but I don't have loads, so this would very quickly run me out of stuffing. Let's see, this is a really nice colour. Oh, is this a little hippo? Or maybe? This looks a little bit like a hippo. This isn't as far along, I don't think. Oh, here's a little hippo. No, that's really cute. I love the way she's already done like the nostrils as well. She's already... there you go, you can see them there. That's adorable. That's really nearly finished. I think all that would... oh, I was about to say all that would need would be some ears. And they're pretty much... I think that one just needs sewing together. But that's a really nice... that's a lovely colour. That's very much a baby's colour, isn't it? I like the pastels. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just all but done. I think the back of the head needs sewing up a little bit. And then the ears need sewing on. And then... oh, it's even... oh, you can just about... I don't know whether that's going to come through on the camera. Oh yeah, just. That's... you can just about see the little toes that she's done. Oh, that's really cute. Okay, that would be a really easy finish then. I mean, I could probably have that finished over the weekend. Okay, that one's going to be a really, really easy one. Cool. That's the thing as well, is I very much want to honour what she was intending to do with the patterns. I don't want to just kind of decide what I'm doing with it and just be like, cool, I'm doing this with it now. So if I can stick to her original plans as much as possible, that's kind of my main goal. So that one looks like it's going to be a really, really quick and easy one to finish. So awesome. That's the one problem with this yarn, is that when it gets cut, it does shed a little bit. So I'm now covered in little bits of this yarn. But oh well, it's not like I'm not used to being covered in yarn. All right, some of this wool is multicoloured. That looks very pretty. Okay, well that one says elephant. Oh, that's very handy. Elephant 5mm Mabel and Co pattern. I like it. Clear and to the point. I know what I'm doing with that. And she's even given a hook size. Ooh, that feels interesting. There's no yarn label with it, so I've got no idea what that is. But that's got a slightly different feel to it. Oh, this is a big elephant. I can only assume that that's... Oh, I've just started undoing that. Oh, that was... Oops. There we go. Nothing happened. I'm going to assume that's probably the trunk. I think. But given that she's actually told me the name of the pattern, that's incredibly helpful. I've got what I assume is an ear there. A body. And a leg. That's quite a big pattern. I mean, the body and the head look pretty much done. I think my worry is that that's probably enough yarn to finish it. Probably. I will have to see what I can do. But I'm going to have to look that pattern up, unless it's in... There's just this massive pile of patterns here. By the way, I will just say this is only the first bag. Still not through the first bag yet. So, and some of these patterns are not necessarily like clipped together. Some of them are out of order. So I think I might have to sift through those at some point. Yeah. Let's put those down there. So yeah, this is an elephant, and I'm gonna... Oh, where's that sticky note? Oh, there it is. So elephant, 5mm needle, 5mm hook, sorry, and it's a Mabel and Co pattern. So I'm gonna have a look through that pattern pile later and see if I can match it up. So, little elephant. That yarn is a little rougher. I'm wondering whether there's some wool in that one rather than just acrylic. That'd be interesting. But there's no yarn label with it, so if I do run out, I'm gonna have to improvise a little bit. I'll manage. Yeah, right. I'm getting really warm now in this cardigan, but I refuse to take it off. Right, there we go. Oh. I'm really glad that she's had these so organised in the bags. Either that or my friend has done it. I tend to use, I'm really bad for using the, you know, like the organza bags that sometimes you get when you order yarn. I tend to use those quite a lot for project bags, partly so that I can feel like I've got another use out of it. But yeah, okie dokie. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, it's a little sheep pattern. She has started some of this. Let's see, what's she done? Oh, that's a really interesting feeling yarn. There's no yarn label, so I've got no idea what it is, but that's almost like a cord. I don't know whether my kind of coming through, not hugely well, but that's a really silky, it's a really smooth feel to that. I'm noticing as well that like her method of tracking the rows, she's using scrap yarn woven through. So that's just really interesting that that's how she's been tracking her rows. Yeah, just Just a little interesting point. So these are actually different weight yarns, so this is going to be an interesting combination. Okay, so she's not got very far with this one. She's done the vast majority of the head. I'm assuming it just needs some ears. Yeah, that just needs some ears adding on. Oh, and then she's done most of the body. Yeah, there we go, with her black row counter. Maybe I should try that instead of wearing my row counter to everywhere. So yeah, she's done the head and most of the body. Limbs are fairly thin. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. I could always do a contrast colour feet if I run out. Yeah, it'd be fine. Oh, in fact, no, the limbs are going to be in the white. Yeah, okay, so there'll be plenty then. Oh yeah, no, that's going to be more than enough. So yeah, the body and the head, the body and the back of the head are in the pink. There we go, you can just about see there. And then the ears and the limbs are going to be in that white. Oh yeah, I'm going to have plenty for that. So what's that one? I'm assuming she started one of the limbs. I don't know which. I'm hoping that the arms and the legs start fairly similar. They do seem to start fairly similar. I'll just have to figure out whether that was an arm or a leg. Yeah, no, I'm going to have more than enough yarn to finish that one. That's going to be fine. Which very much seems like a toy maker. All of these seem like toys. So that'll be really nice. They'll be able to give all these toys that she'd started to make. Like I said, most of these actually, she's done nearly all of it. It looks like I'll be doing very little, which I quite like, because like I said, I don't want it to feel like my project. They're her project. So yeah, I'm just finishing them. That's all it is. I'm still only on the first bag, by the way. I've still got like 2 more bags. I might have to have a little break in a second, like a little midway break. Now this, I don't know what this yarn is, but it is stunning. It's like almost like a peacocky multi. Look at that. That's coming across less pretty on camera than it is in real life. That is gorgeous. Sadly, I have no idea what it is. I haven't got a clue what that is. I'm guessing we have a body and a head. I've got 2 limbs. Okay, they must be arms, because that's definitely a foot. And I'm going to guess that is foot number 2. But there's no pattern with this. Oh, I've got... They must be ears. They're quite pointy ears. I'm trying to think what ears they might go with. Don't know. They have got some nice shape to it though. They could be pig. Could be a little pig. But then I would expect, I don't know, there's a bit of shaping on that. Maybe that could be made into a snout, maybe? I think that's something I'm going to have to hunt for a pattern for, because there's no note with this or anything. There's nothing. But this yarn is beautiful. I love how, like, it's very kind of naturally looking colours. So, like, it's almost like rainforest colours. So, I did spot this at the bottom. Oh, there's even more yarn. Just look at that. That is just gorgeous. That is so pretty. It's quite a nice feeling yarn as well. I suspect that's got some wool in it. Rather than it just being acrylic, I do think that's got some wool in it. Yeah. Okay. That one's a bit of an interesting one. I think I'm going to have to... The shape of those ears is going to have to be my main clue when I look through the patterns later. I think I'm going to have to really, really match up the shape of those ears. This is quite a round body. I don't think there's much shaping gone on in the body. There doesn't seem to be a direction. The head, you can see it's got a little, like kind of that rounded section appears to be a little kind of off central. So I would guess that that's a bit of shaping for a face. That one's a bit more of a challenge, that one. I will have to dig through the patterns and see what I can see. But I just can't get over the colours in that yarn. That is just beautiful. They're just such like rich jewel colours. Oh, so pretty. Covered in fibres. Covered in fibres. I can't fit that one in that bag. I'll have to just put that one next to it. Oh, I really want to know what that yarn is. There's no labels. That's the one. Oh, hang on. Sticky note. What's that for? Oh no. Oh no, it's a bit of a wrapper. I thought it was another orange sticky note then, but no. Okay. This one has a pattern with it. I'll tell you what, there'd be no hope for anybody that tried to finish off my projects because I use all online patterns. I'm very much one with like my iPad and a pattern, so I wouldn't have any of this organisation. There would be no patterns sat in bags with the projects. Oh, okay, actually I'm going to keep that in order because part of me thinks that that page might have been the page that she was on. So I'm going to keep that in order and just try. Oh, is it a teddy bear? Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable. It's a sleepy teddy. That is, oh, that is so sweet. I do have noses, but they're not the kind of the nice feely felty noses. They're just the kind of black shiny plastic noses. But that's adorable. Oh, oh, that's so cute. All right, let's see where she got to. So that was the page that was at the front. So I'm going to keep that one at the front in case that was where she was up to. So she's doing it in this lovely kind of grey. It's almost like shiny. It's really nice. Okay, so I've got leg, I think that's leg rather than arm. Okay, we've got, oh, she's already added the nose. Okay, she's got the face pretty much sorted. Okay, so we've got a face. Don't know whether you can just about see the eyes and the nose there. This yarn is quite dark, so it blends. It blends very well. So we've got a face, but that is about to come out. Let me just, when I finish it, when I put down a crochet project, I always kind of do that with the last loop because then it's much less likely to start pulling back through. So okay, so we've got a face. Is this, no, that's just yarn, that's not a body. Okay, so it doesn't look like she started a body on this one yet. Oh, look at the little, okay, that is attached. Okay, that's not a removable one. So with the feet, did the feet have attached boots? Yes, they did. Okay, so that one must be an arm, and then that's a foot. Nope, because those two are the arms. Maybe it's not removable. Maybe it is removable? Oh no, that's definitely sewn on. Okay, I'm not quite sure what she's done there. I also don't think there's any more of that blue. Oh. Oh no! Ah, it's in one of the other bags. There we go. Yeah, that's the same one. Okay, so I'm actually going to pair that with this project because that looks like the colour that she was planning on using to make the little outfit. Oh, that teddy is so sweet. That is adorable. I've not done amigurumi patterns in quite a while, actually. Sorry, there's something stuck in this yarn. Hang on. There's a lot of hair clips in this. And I mean, I'm terrible for using hair clips, especially with amigurumi. I tend to use it as my stitch markers, especially for the really small ones, because I don't want to make a big loop with the stitch marker. I tend to use one of those kind of there we go. I had one ready. I tend to use those ones because they're so thin that they barely make a dent on the stitches. Right, I'm going to pair that with. So I'm guessing those are the arms, because the arms didn't have any kind of boots or covers on. But I think they did have sleeves, unless I have to sew that into the sleeves. And then I've got little ears, I'm going to assume. A couple of little ears. So it looks like the only bits she hasn't done on this is the body. And I think there's plenty for that, for the body. Oh no, that one won't fit if I do that. Oh, that teddy's going to be so sweet. Oh. But yeah, I'm going to pair that yarn. In fact, will that fit in there? Maybe if I don't fasten it. There we go, because that definitely went with that one. Oh, I've only got through one of the 3 bags so far. This one might end up being a slightly longer episode than normal. What I am going to do though now is, now that I've done the first bag, I'm going to take a bit of a 5-minute break because I'm getting really warm. I'm going to open a window and get myself a drink. Yes, I will be back to start digging through the other 2. One of them's kind of a black bag all wrapped up, so I haven't even seen through the top of that. I'm very excited. So I'm going to have a quick 5-minute break, cool down, get myself a drink, and then I will be back for bags 2 and 3. So, back shortly. Hello, I'm back. I have opened the window. I'm hoping that it doesn't add too much noise. I don't live in like a hugely noisy place anyway, but I was just getting far too warm in here. So yeah, the window is open. I'm hoping that it doesn't get any noisy kind of feedback, but we'll see. I'm always really hesitant to open the window this late at night because, as my fellow knitters and crocheters will understand, I am terrified that moths are going to get in here and see my yarn stash. It's my worst nightmare. It was really funny. The other week actually, I was sat in here and I just suddenly went, "There's a moth," and my boyfriend was just like, "So you're not afraid of moths? Like what's the big deal?" And I just looked at my yarn and he was like, "Oh." I was like, "Uh-huh." So yeah, I do have cedar wood rings everywhere in here because apparently they don't like the smell of cedar. I also have one of those stick incense things with, I believe, some lavender as part of the scent. I don't know, they don't like that either. But yeah, I mean, it's still light, so I'm not expecting loads of moths to come in, but I will be keeping a very close eye on that window. Alright, I'm going to go for bag 2 first. So this one seems to be more yarn than project. Moths aren't that bad. They are some friendly guys looking for a nibble, but I spent far too much on this yarn to be allowing them to nibble on any of it. It's not happening. Not happening. Like, I know they're really important for the ecosystem, but not this ecosystem. This is my ecosystem. I'm very, very happy to have moths anywhere else but this room. Not this room. So yeah, this one seems to be mostly yarn rather than projects. Although there are... Oh, that one's got bells in. Bells and pom-poms. Okay. Oh, there's some like little wooden charms in there as well. Oh, that could be cool. That I think is just like a bits and bobs for pom-poms. They would be good for hats. They'd be really good for hats. Not sure what I'm going to do with the bells. I don't tend to use bells that much. I'll find something. Sorry, that just really threw me. I wasn't expecting it to tingle when I when I moved it. All right, this is. Ooh. Oh, I don't know what this is. I don't think this is a project. I think this is just a lot of yarn. But that almost looks unspun. Ooh. That's very interesting. I just wish there were labels. I'd really love to know what that is. It's a very... That's got like a lovely halo around it. I don't know how well that's going to come through on camera, but you... Oh, there you go, yeah. You can just about see the kind of the running thread underneath. Put bells on the dog. Can you imagine? Sorry, I have a greyhound. I can only imagine what would happen if I put bells on her. I think she would freak out. I think she would. This is a greyhound who's afraid of flies. I think if I put bells on her, she, the chaos that would happen then. So I'm just imagining that now. Yeah, so that's got quite a nice halo. It looks tweedy. So it's mostly blue, and then you can see it's got like all the kind of the oranges and there's a few pinks and greens in there as well. Okay, that one's interesting. I just wish I knew what it was. Okay, that's an interesting one. I thought this might be a project with it all being shoved into a bag, but I reckon she's just bought like a pack of it. That's a fair amount as well. I think that's going to be one I'm going to keep. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I think that will be one I'll keep. To think. Okay, so there's some Sirdar smudge, which, based on the other projects, I'm wondering whether this was a favourite of hers, because she seems to be using this kind of chenille yarn quite a lot. Like I said, it's always wonderful for amigurumi toys. So I do wonder whether this is what a lot of the other yarn is. If I run out of them, I think that's possibly going to be one of the first brands I try to try and keep the colours the same. So I'm glad that one's got a label. I'm glad that one's got a label. Oh, some fur yarn. Oh, that's a lot. Whoa. That's a lot of fur yarn. Oh, it's King Cole. I was going to say it's Tufty, but no, that's the name of the yarn. So this is a King Cole yarn. Have I used King Cole? You know, I don't think I have. I must have done. I must have used King Cole before. I've probably used it for amigurumi stuff and not really thought about it. But that one, this is slightly less fluffy than the Shepjes Fairy Tales one. So I imagine this is going to be slightly easier to work with. I say slightly, marginally easier to work with, because it's just not got quite the same kind of. It was impossible to see any of the stitches. Okay, that's interesting. There's a lot of this chenille yarn. Some of it's not got labels. Oh, she started something with that. There is a teeny little circle. Oh, that's nothing to go on. Oh, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do anything with that. That could literally be anything. Oh, okay, I might have to just write that one off. That it's literally it. I mean, that could, when it comes to amigurumi, that genuinely could be anything. Oh, there's even some spare stuffing. Not much, but okay, some spare stuffing. Oh, another chenille one. Oh, that's a gorgeous colour. Ooh, that's like a really lovely purpley pink. Oh, that's so pretty. What's the name of that colour? Burgundy Plum. That is gorgeous. Is that coming through? Oh, that almost looks like brown on there. That is a very pretty colour. Oh, is that more of it? Oh no, that's a slightly different colour. Oh, this is another Sirdar smudge. Yeah, this is looking like it might be a preference of hers. Alright, that does give me a bit of a clue about where to go if I run out of any of the toy ones that she's done. It's a very similar colour to that one. So that one was burnout velvet, and then this one is Sirdar smudge. But those colours are very similar. Very similar. I'm literally just surrounded by piles of stuff now at the minute. I did manage to tidy up the first bag in the break, but I'm now just surrounded. I'd only just recently tidied this room as well, so it's now full of yarn again. But meh, that's what craft rooms are for, right? So yeah, that one I might just have to pull out. There's nothing I can do with that one. Oh, I feel bad, but there's no way I'd be able to figure out what that was. Yeah, she's a big fan of she was a big fan of this chenille stuff. But it does make good amigurumis. I can't fault her that. Oh, that one's an interesting one. That's quite a shiny one. I've got no idea what that is, but that's almost got like a glittery thread running to, that is not going to come through on camera. No. There's like a glittery thread running through that one. Oh, that's two balls that she's wrapped together. Okay. I don't know. And yeah, this bag, I think this one's just full of more chenille yarn. So we've got some James Sebrett Flutterby. I've used James Sebrett before, but not a chenille yarn. There's some white here. No, that's definitely cream. It's like a creamy yellowy colour. Oh, some teal. Oh, is that the same one as? Oh, I've packed it away. That might be the same one as that teddy one. Right, I'm just going to put that aside because that might be the same as the one she was using for the teddy. Quite a nice navy colour. A pink as well. A black. I don't use a lot of black yarn. I haven't found anybody I loved enough to use black yarn for. Not exclusively, anyway. There's some black in my boyfriend's blanket, but the joys of working with black yarn. And then the last one in this bag is some Mariner Get Cozy blanket yarn. Not enough for a blanket, but I'm sure I can find something to do with this one. Okay, cool. Alright, so no project in that one, but a lot of yarn. Well, one barely started project that I'm not going to be able to do anything with. Oh, and some bells and pom-poms as well. Let's put all that back in there. Alright, and bag number 3. This one is just a big black bag, so I've got no idea what's in here. It's like unwrapping a Christmas present or something. Sorry for any crinkly bag sounds. Oh, here we go. Oh, a couple more projects in here. Let's just roll that down. Oh, she shopped at Wool Warehouse as well. Look at that. Oh. So these are the organza bags that I use quite a lot for my project bags. And yeah, I have a lot of Wool Warehouse ones. Just about see there, Wool Warehouse. So she clearly shopped there as well. Oh. So what have we got here? We've got some Hayfield Bonanza. Chunky, a lot of it. Oh, she started something. But I don't know what. I reckon that's some kind of... That's not a toy. That's... I mean, that could be anything though. Oh, there's some stitches come undone there. Hang on. Let me just pull that through a bit more. There we go, so I don't lose that last stitch. Oh, I don't know what that is. That could be anything. I don't know. It was in the bag with these two though. Oh, it was in the bag with that. Now, is that a coincidence? Is that intentional? I don't know. It looks like that. It looks like that is the same. Oh no, it feels different. This one's softer. Okay, I'm not sure that is the same yarn. This one's a little rougher to the feel. This is the tricky part, is figuring out what the intention was with it if there's no pattern. Okay. That one I might have to do some thinking about. I'm gonna look at the pattern pile as well. That one's a lovely soft one though. What is that one? Oh, it's 100% acrylic. Okay, that's cool. That's got quite a nice feel to it. And there's a lot of it as well. This is a 400 gram ball, approximately 592 meters. So that's a decent chunky yarn. Let's just poke that through. Okay. I don't know what she was starting there. Right. Cool. No label, but that feels like an acrylic. Don't have a lot of yellow, so actually that's going to be quite useful. Actually, I just ran out of my yellow. I don't tend to buy yellow very much. It doesn't suit me, and so I don't like the colour out of spite. Just because it doesn't suit me. So actually it's probably good that I do. Oh, hang on, there's some yellow. I've got some more yellow. Is that the same? Oh, that might be the same. Oh, there's even a hook in here. That is a project. Oh, that one's pinned on. Okay, so she hadn't got around to sewing that. That looks like a duck. I reckon that's a little duck. Okay, but that might be, I think that's the same yarn, or if not, it's definitely substitutable. This one looks like it's going to be a really easy finish as well. She's done the body. The arms are, they are sewn on. Oh no, it's got ears. Okay, ducks don't have ears. Okay, so those are the legs. Oh, it's not a needle. It's not a hook. It's a darning needle. Okay, that's very useful. You never have too many of those. I was thinking duck till I found the ears. Let's see, what does that look like if I put the ears? Which way do the ears go? That way? Oh, that does look really cute. I'm not sure what it is, but it does look very cute. How sweet. How sweet is that? Alright, I might have to see if I can find a pattern for that. I tell you what, she's much better at than I am at piecing together as she's going. I tend to leave all the sewing together till the end, but she seemed to be more on it than I am. I'm going to have to be careful because that, whatever it is, snout, bill, I don't know, but that is only pinned on. So I will have to be careful with that one. It looks like... Oh, she was part way through sewing it on. That's why the needle's attached. Okay. Right, I'll have to be careful not to pull any of that out. Okay, those ears have thrown me. I was fully expecting a duck. Right, that's gonna be another dig through the pattern book, but I'm gonna put that in there because, I mean, she's pretty much finished it. I'm not sure there's any more yet. I'm not sure I would need any more of that, but just in case, I'm gonna put that there. She's also, oh, that's very nice. I'm guessing that she's made this. Or, oh, she was in the process of making it. Is that a pillowcase or something? Oh, no, it's I think it's a hanging. Okay. That's very pretty. But it's only tacked on. That's not been machined on. So I'm guessing that that's not finished. But that looks like a kind of a wall hanging. It's got a little, let's see if I can show you. That is a little pouch there. So it looks like there's something supposed to be threaded through there. Now, it's got a little horse and a little dog. So I'm wondering whether that was initially meant to be for my friend, although their horse has now died. Okay. But that will be a really easy one to finish, because I do have a sewing machine. I do occasionally make my own clothes and things. I'm really bad at using my sewing machine though. It's a lot of faff to get out, and honestly that sewing machine is older than me. It's actually my my gran's, so sometimes it has its moods, so I don't use it as much as I'd maybe like to, but that would be a really easy one to finish. That would be a very easy one to finish. I think the horse is done. In fact, to be honest, there's every chance that she considered this finished already. She might have deliberately gone for a slightly more rustic looking tacked finish rather than machine done. I'm going to be honest, it looks like she's hand sewn most of this. Wow. I'd be tempted to just go over it with a machine and then hand that back, because that feels intentional. They only got their second dog last year, so the fact that it's got a horse and a dog, and they had a horse and a dog, that feels very intentional. So I might just go over that once with a machine and then consider that done. Maybe give it a bit of an iron. Oh, there we go. There's a little label on it with her name on, which obviously I'm not going to show you for privacy reasons. I'm assuming it's her name or one of their names, because that's definitely their surname, and a phone number. I'm going to message him later and ask about that. Oh. Okay. But yeah, that one shouldn't take too long to finish. So that one should be a nice, easy one to hand back. That's just a case of getting the sewing machine out. Okay. Oh, a couple of patterns there. That's two different ones. So she's very good at getting all these patterns printed and sorted. Oh, I didn't put that there pattern back. I've left that there. I'll probably find that one. I'll pop that over there. So I need to remember to put that back with a pattern. See, this is how much better she is at the organisation than I am. This is why I just use my iPad. I can't lose them all if it's on my iPad. I'm so bad at this. Let's have a look. What's this a pattern for? I'm going to keep the first page first, because that might have been the page that she was on, and I'm more likely to find it again. Oh, it's a monkey. Oh no, that wouldn't have been a monkey. There's a little monkey. Is there a final picture? A monkey in a dress. I'm trying to find a final. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh. Oh, I'll have to see if that's one of the patterns in here. Oh. I can only imagine how many toys she was churning out if this is the amount of projects. Like, she must have been a machine. Okay, so this is Harlequin 4mm, grey/purple 4.5. Whatever that means. It does give me a little clue to start off with, though. Oh, you know what? There's teeny scraps of yarn in these packets, and I kind of originally dismissed that, but now I'm wondering whether... Oh, this woman, honestly, she's organisational skills. I think she's cut off a bit of yarn and put it with the pattern so that she can find it later. Genius idea. Oh, she's on it. All right, I'm going to start matching up later, I think, then. See if I can find the fact that she's added these tiny scraps. Oh, there we go. I'll match that up later. Yeah, so this has got a lot more toys in there. Ooh, what is this? What is this? Okay, we've got a face with a definite nose onto it, but there's no pattern for this one. The fact that I can now see that she's put scraps of yarn in, I think I'm already going to have a better time at figuring out which pattern matches. It does look a little bit seal-like, actually. No, I think you're right. It has got a slight sealy look to it. I might have to see if I can find a seal pattern. I've made a seal before. I suspect this is a different one, though. This doesn't look like the one I made. So I don't think I'm looking for a familiar pattern. Again, it looks like she's pretty much there. She just hasn't sewn them together. So I think it's just sewing all the limbs on and weaving in. In fact, are there any ears? That's I'm not doing the duck one again, thinking it's a duck and then finding out that it needs ears. Yeah, okay, that looks like an ear. Oh, actually no. Actually no, it doesn't look like an ear. Oh, I don't know now. Unless it's a tail? But then... I don't know now. There's no ears there. Okay. So unless that is one ear and she hasn't made the second. As I said, I'm going to have a look through these patterns and the scraps of yarn that she's kind of filed with them and see if anything jumps out. I can't believe she's done that. That's just organisation 100 right there. I need to better organise the way I'm doing it because I am not on this level. Okay. What do we have here? That looks rabbity to me. I'm going to be honest, that looks very rabbity. I don't know what you think. That looks very rabbity to me. It's got to be. It's got to be, surely. Again, rabbit or mouse. Oh, yeah, actually, that's a good point. It could be mouse. It could be mouse. Yeah, I could see it being a mouse. Although those ears, I'm suspecting, yeah. I think with those ears, I'm suspecting rabbit. Because we've got all the limbs. There's no tail on this one, but if it does turn out to be a rabbit, I am absolutely going to add a little puff tail on the back of that. If it is. I said if I can find a pattern that matches, I'm just going to add the teeny little puff tail on that one. No, there's no tail in there. But yeah, with ears like that, I'm thinking rabbit. I think that ear's done, and then... Oh no, they're both Nearly done. Okay. There's nothing started with that one. No. Okay. But yeah, she's gotten so close to finishing so many of these. I'm really glad that there's loads of things that I can kind of give back. Yeah, so many projects of hers, and the fact that she's done the vast majority of these herself. I'm literally just kind of tidying them up. That's going to be really nice, because there'll be a lovely collection of toys that I'll be able to give back. Some more chenille yarn in a lovely kind of jadey, tealy colour. Oh, a packet of Haribo. Packet of Haribo in there as well. I think I'll be keeping that one. That looks very Christmassy. I don't know if it's just the red and green, but that looks like candy caney. That'd be good for a stocking. I've just had the cutest idea. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say what it is. That looks like the cutest. Okay. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. And there's some other one. There's another one as well. I've got an idea for this. I've got an idea. Oh. Okay, another little toy. I'm really loving the blue and white marl on this one. Oh, this one's very nearly done. I think this genuinely is just a sewing together. Although, I'm not sure what this one is. I've got... Okay, these are... I've got some legs. And I'm guessing that those are the arms. So what is that? Is that an ear? Is that... Oh, I bet that's an elephant. That's an elephant. That's a little trunk. Oh yeah, there we go. And I've got some ears as well. Yes, okay, that's an elephant. She's lined that ear. Oh! I've made a very similar elephant to this before. I wonder if it's the same one. I know I've said that about 4 times now, but I wonder if it's the same as the elephant I've made. In fact, no, the elephant I made had... It didn't have separate feet. The feet were included in the body. Okay, no, it must be a different one. But that's very cute. Again, I think it just needs finishing off. There's just a little bit of limb finishing to do, and then just sewing it all together. So I think a lot of these are going to be really, really easy to finish. But yeah, I reckon that's an elephant. Cute little elephant. I'm really glad that most of it's finished as well, just because it makes it so much easier to figure out what it was intended to be. Like with that red circle earlier, there is no way I'm going to be able to figure out what her intention was with that one. But the fact that so many of these are so close to completion means that I can pretty easily finish the way that she intended it to be finished, which that's quite nice. That's very nice indeed. Although with the amount of chenille yarn, I am now covered in little bit. Me and my desk and my cardigan are now covered in little bits. Sorry, this one's slightly longer than normal, but I'm having so much fun. Oh, that one's nice. I don't think there's anything she's started with that one, but that's a gorgeous glittery kind of jade teal colour. Is the glitter? Oh yeah, the glitter's coming through on camera as well. But it's looking a lot bluer on the camera. I think it's because the light's fading now. It's going dark outside, so I'm relying on the light. But that is a very pretty. That is almost like an emeraldy kind of jade colour. It's a shame that that's not coming through on the camera. But that is very nice. Honestly, I'm looking at most of this going, I kind of want to keep it. Not much might go to my craft club. Although to be honest, a lot of the chenille stuff that isn't in use, I think that will go to the craft club, because they're big fans of amigurumi in there. So I think they'll appreciate a lot of the chenille yarn. Oh, another teal, woman after my own heart. Again, no yarn label for this, but this is definitely an Aran, if not a chunky. I think that's probably acrylic. Cool. And then last one, apart from the Haribo packet at the bottom, is another kind of yellowy chenille, which I don't think matches with the project. I'm covered in bits. Yeah, so that is my new kind of mission, to finish off her projects, which I'm quite looking forward to now. I think I was a little worried that there would be a lot to work out and a lot of difficulty keeping the main intention, the original intention of the project in mind. But the fact that so many of these are nearly finished, they're going to be really, really quick, really quick finishes, and it will mean that when I do pass them over, it's not just been made by me, it has been made by her, and I've just kind of topped the end off, which, yeah, I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, that is... I'm just glad that I managed to restrain myself from digging through those the second I got home. I only picked them up this afternoon. And obviously there's so many patterns. I'm probably not going to go through all the patterns on here because we'll be here another half hour. Because like I said, she seems to have kept them on the page that she was on. But for the most part, they seem to be amigurumi patterns. Oh, if I just see, I'm messing them up already. Yeah, they look mostly amigurumi patterns, which, oh, there's a... She started one in there. Okay, that is the one I will just have a look at, because there is a begun project in there. What is that? Oh, they're little booties. Oh, I think that's supposed to be a little bootie. Oh, I've got no idea which size she was going for though. I'm guessing that's the size that she was on the page at the front, I'm going to assume. A bro boot. Little boots. Just about seeing that teeny picture at the top. Oh. Okay. I don't know whether I saw any of that yarn. Problem is, I've seen so much yarn now, I can barely remember what I've seen and where. I'm going to have to go through it all again and kind of take stock of it all. Because obviously this is just the first time I've seen it all. I've not necessarily taken it all in yet. Arms, yeah, that's an amigurumi. Oh, little insects. Little bees and ladybirds. Tiger. Oh, that looks really nice. All these have like the really big eyes though. And like I said, I don't own any of those. Oh, I remember these coming out. So for anyone that's been crafting since from before the lockdown might remember, one of the big pushes when COVID first came out was these frontline hero bears. Let's try and get to the reflection. And a lot of people were making these and donating them or selling them for like kind of charity donations. Oh, so she made some of that. I never actually made any myself. I made the little hearts that you sent to patients, and then you'd make a pair and then send it to the hospital so that anybody on their own in hospital who couldn't have their family and friends near them, the patient would get one heart and their family and friends would get another, and they were matching yarns and things like that, so they could kind of hold them, and you know their family member would be holding an identical one. So I made quite a few of those and sent them off to the hospitals, but I never made a frontline hero bear. We've got a unicorn, adorable little unicorn. A seal. I reckon that must have been a seal, because that looks like a seal pattern. So that's a hobby pattern. I reckon that one earlier. Oh no. No, it's got ears. Maybe all bears just look like seals before you put the ears on. Yeah, I think it must have been a bear. Oh, it's a sweet little bear as well. Oh, sweet little bear. Yeah, I reckon it must have been a bear, and it just looks like a seal before you put the ears on. Whew. I am so boiling right now. It's a lot of work going through all this yarn. Well, that's definitely going to keep me busy. I'm not promising a deadline for any of these, but what I'll do is if I finish any of these, I'll take pictures and then kind of show them in the podcast. Or maybe I'll just show one like in person before I give it back. That'll be really cool. So yeah, I will definitely try and keep you all updated on how I'm getting on with those. There's so many. I'm gonna have to count how many amigurumi projects there were. I'm reckoning at least there's double figures, definitely, maybe a dozen. So I will have to keep track of all the different projects, and yeah, I will update you as it goes. But I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, I'm just gonna have a minute now. I'm drinking Pepsi at the minute, which I know is bad for you, but I like it and I need the caffeine right now. I'm so tired. We didn't go back from Edinburgh at like 10 o'clock last night. And then we had to go and pick up our dog this morning. And then this afternoon I had one of those naps that does not make you feel better. One of those where you wake up and you've got no idea who you are, what year it is, no idea. So honestly, the fact that I've managed to remain coherent for an hour and a half, I'm quite proud of myself. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting, I've forgotten a few words here or there, but I was expecting a lot more, a lot more of a struggle than I have done. What I will say though is I'm pretty much going to say it now. I will not be doing a podcast next week. It's return to school, and I am going to be extraordinarily busy. And if I'm not busy, I will want to just exist. First week back is always quite a difficult one. We've got inset at the start of the week, but then the students are going back. So I will not be in the right frame of mind to be doing a podcast, and I doubt I'll have done very much to talk about either. So I'm just going to call it now and say I will skip next week, and then hopefully by the week after, which, let me check the date, that is going to be the 14th. I'm going to hope that by the 14th I will have gained enough time back that I can redo it, because I don't want to not do this in term time. I still want to kind of keep it up as much as possible, but I'm not going to expect ridiculousness and do it the first week back, because I know full well that I will be crashing hard next week during the evenings. I will not be much for conversation, shall we say. So yeah, I'm going to say not on next week, but I will return the week after, and hopefully I will have made some more progress on the square. In fact, I'm going to do what I mentioned during the last podcast, and I'm going to put a little stitch marker. I'm going to add my stitch marker ball. Which one should I do? I'm going to do a starfish. I can't even remember. In fact, I think I made this one. Did I make this one? I think I might have done. I think I found some charms in Hobbycraft, and I got some jump rings and some hooks, and I just made some of my own stitch markers, if it's going to focus on that. It's struggling. Oh well. But I'm going to put a starfish on, so that next time when I do the podcast, you can see how much further I've got. Also, I'll put a stitch marker on where I am right now, and let's hope that I have done something by the next podcast. I've still got a couple of days before I go back. They're going to be busy days, but hopefully I will have time to do some bits, so that at least I've got something to talk about. And I'm hoping to show you how I'm going about doing the portal squares as well, partly so that I can talk about why it's such a faff to do and why I'm not doing them very frequently. Just getting my excuses in now. But yes, I am going to leave it there for today. Thank you very much for joining, especially if you've lasted the whole hour and a half. I know that this one was a longer one than my normal ones, but we had stuff to do. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, you can follow me on all of my different social medias. I've got some of the links below, but just search A Little Craft Room, and if I'm there I will likely come up. I will not see you next week, but I will hopefully see you the week after. So thank you very much for joining, and have a lovely evening. Bye.